Good afternoon po, Mr. President. So first, we'd like to introduce ourselves first.
Okay.
So as I'm Agripino John Patrick M. Gaan po, AJ, you can call me AJ, and I'm from West Visayas State University College of Law, and of course, the student of the First Lady.
Okay.
Ako naman po, si Janine Lagbawan from Polytechnic University of the Philippines, taking up
okay.
journalism po, and second year college pa lang po ako.
Okay. All right.
And I'm Kathleen Millonte naman po, from University of the East Manila, fourth year psychology student po, sir.
Oh, she's going to
Yes.
going to analyze. Please, will somebody explain me to me, Panda?
But before anything else po, we'd like to ask your impression because we have seen in your previous podcast, it was seasoned broadcast journalists and us ordinary citizens of the country and students are here in front of you. How are you feeling right now po, Mr.
Great.
President?
I much prefer talking to young people, actually, because I always, of course, there are people in your life na talagang kailangan pinapakinggan mo. But you know, with the way things are moving, talking to young people is there's always something new. There's always something, but there is always something new. But they are the people who tell us what's going on. You know, this is what's happening. You know, they'll take away. Matagal na nag-paradigm shift ito. You have to think in another way. So, I like it. I enjoy it.
Since we are all Gen Z po, ano po ba yung klase ng buhay? If you're part of our generation or Gen Zs, how do you think or how do you see yourself po as a Gen Z? More on po ba nag-aaral or party? Ano po ba yung kind of life you would like to have as Gen Z?
I was already a geek before the word geek was invented. I was one of those people who just, I don't know, they just pick up all this information, pick up all of it. I would be so happy because the level of information that's available to everyone now, not necessarily a good thing, but the level of it, the amount, the volume of information that's available now, my God, it's so interesting. You can look up anything. I wish I had ChatGPT when I was having to write essays and it's 2 a.m. and hindi mo pa natatapos yung essay mo.
So, sir, you mentioned po about the use of ChatGPT po in our generation, sa Gen Z po. So, one thing that concerns me po about the ChatGPT or AI in general po is that it's undeniably a threat to us po, especially students, employees, sa workforce po ng Pilipinas. So, I'm wondering po na kung magkakaroon po tayo ng regulation about AI po, na pwede po nating implement nationwide.
I know, but we are all discussing, pinag-uusapan namin yan dahil sinasabi kahit anong gawin natin, nandiyan parating, hindi parating ang AI, nandiyan na. Dadami yan, lalaki. I was doing making a list of subjects around AI that I wanted to discuss during the ASEAN. So, sinimulan ko, simple lang, AI and education, AI and infrastructure, AI and renewables. Walang katapusan yung listahan. It does not end. Yes. The longer you want, the more time you spend on it, the longer that list will become because it's going to touch everything. And it's important for us to understand it. That's why it's not so easy. May kasabihan yan eh. Legislation is always years behind technology. And the reason is, generally, legislators do not immediately understand technology. Meron medyo techie na nakakaintindi, pero karamihan hindi. So, what will you legislate? What's the best way for the Philippines to take full advantage, to maximize the use of AI? The other side of the equation is, what are the things na kailangan bantayan natin? Ayan na, yung mga fake news, yung mga misinformation, yung mga disinformation, etc., etc. I wanted to ask you guys, there's one thing I don't understand about the life on the digital life, is the bullying.
Yes.
Exactly, sir.
Because I think po with our generation and the succeeding generations after us, most of the airtime or the screen time, we are spending a lot of time on gadgets and social media. Yeah. And when you are going to experience such bullying, you are being put into public scrutiny, wherein some of the people would get the ride on that specific issue, or like would the comment. It's not only the one person, but the comment also of yung mga ibang tao din na nakikiride or without even knowing the context.
In the previous years or yung mga taon na physically yung bullying po na nangyayari, when it comes to the bullying po on this generation, nag-i-stay po talaga siya. Even if years passed by, you can always go back or lagi pong uungkatin ng tao yan. Hindi po siya talagang mawawala sa sistema nila. Lalo pa po kapag kilala ka pong tao.
Siguro po it's the rise then of the cancel culture in our generation. Wherein
Isa pa yun.
yung cancel culture po, one single mistake and all the things na nagawa mong maganda would be, matatabunan na po siya ng isang problema na nagawa mo, which would greatly affect one's mental health. Actually, ako din po, as someone din po who has experienced such difficulties, mental health po kasi, especially in our generation, is still a taboo. We don't treat it na parang how important it is. Feel ko po kulang lang po talaga na we let the children understand that there is life outside the social media world.
Yes.
That you should get to experience
That's
life.
the only conclusion I can arrive at. Na, yun ang buong buhay ng kung sino man yun. Ano? Basta yung buong buhay niya is online. So what goes online, that's the only important,
Yes.
that's only things, not what goes on in real life.
I think po, para po ma-prevent po natin siya in some way, would be, of course, to educate proper online etiquette po talaga. Netiquette, if what we call it po. Yan po. Kasi, yung social media is a very huge part of our daily lives na po talaga eh.
We are, in the Philippines, we are one of the greatest users of the internet. Maybe it's just my own experience. But some of the people that bullied me in school became some of my best friends. They really did.
Pareho tayo.
Oh, di ba? Naging kaibigan mo eh. Okay naman talaga eh. Yun lang, siguro, nakita ka, gusto ko lang buwisitin, di ba? Di ba?